What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of, you guessed it, Spiderman. But this time it's not Spiderman 1, it's Spiderman 2! The second Spiderman game. How exciting is that? That's right, Spider-Man 2. You know, like the one that just came out only 20 years earlier. Oh my goodness. Oh god, it's been 20 years. I'm old! No. I'm having a day. Anyway, Merry Late Christmas, everybody. I didn't, I didn't do anything yesterday, obviously. I took Christmas entirely off. I don't even think I answered any messages yesterday. Like, I got messages from people. I was so dedicated to relaxing, I don't actually think that I wished anyone a Merry Christmas back except for, like, one person. Because I was just... So... Okay, so in my job, you know, like, I've set so that Monday is one of the days that I have off. Entirely. So Monday's already a day off for me. But what that means in practice is also that, like, the last several years I actually haven't had a Christmas off, as was pointed out to me. So I made the most of it and did nothing. I sat in this room. I played RimWorld all day, and I listened to Rias playing Her Gift, which was the PS5 version of Baldur's Gate 3. So what I really listened to was a few hours of gameplay preceded by 2 to 3 hours of character creation. Because, you know, it's how you do. Anyway, Spider-Man 2, the game that set the standard for Spider-Man games going forward. That's what this is. This is the game that set the standard for things going forward. We're going to do a new game. I was making sure that everything worked, so I had started my own game. We're going to call this one Boom Jam. That is not correct. Boom. So, funny thing about the setup here, right? Like, I have my disc. That's fine. But this is the GameCube version of the game, but I'm playing this GameCube version of the game with this setup with an Xbox controller. The Xbox controller being closer to my PS2 controller. And I tried it on the PlayStation 2 emulator, but, like, I ran my disc through, and it's like, I even got a disc image. I'm not joking. I had to see if it was an image problem or if my thing wasn't reading. My thing was reading the disc just fine. PS2 emulators don't seem to be able to run this or Ultimate Spider-Man, and I tried both. But the GameCube emulator can, and thankfully I have my copies on both systems. I know it's silly to have a copy on both systems, but I was a teenager and I worked a job and I made my money and didn't have bills. So.
One needs another girl. Well, but I'm getting ahead of myself. I don't think my life is all flowers and romance, though. But I wish. More and more.
Oh, I saw her. Did you guys see her? Black Cat was on that building. I've never noticed that before. I just happened to be actually paying attention. Oh my god. Oh, that was so cool.
This is the city I protect.
Oh, that's exciting for me.
It's my home.
I'm a child. Alright, I'm gonna remember, about 4.5 minutes in, you could see Black Cat on the building. I never noticed.
This is Mary Jane. The girl next door. The girl I love. But love is a tricky thing when you live part of your life behind a mask. Fate handed me amazing powers, and I made a promise. use those powers to help people. With great power comes great responsibility. No matter how much I might wish things were different, there's only one Spider-Man.
Now, there is one small problem with this game, and that is there are no captions. I'm sorry, did that aspect ratio just change?
Well, sequel time already, huh? Welcome back, I guess. I'm sure you miss me more than I miss you. Anyway, things have changed around here since last time, so... They dragged me back at great expense to explain
There we go.
what's up. First things first. You're not much of a wall crawler if you can't, you know, stick to walls. Here's what you do. You walk or run into a wall and hold the grab button. Voila. Stick to the wall. It works when you're swinging or jumping, too.
One weird thing about this
Moving right along,
emulator,
jump.
or like
Hold down the jump button and you'll charge. your
the
jump.
shadows are kind of
The bar
weird.
shows how strong your jump will be when
Don't
you
really know why.
You got it?
Nothing I can do to really fix that.
You don't actually jump until you've let go of the jump button. Okay? Now go jump in a lake. If you tap the jump button, you'll just do a little hop. A little hop. That's because you didn't charge your jump. Am I going too fast for you?
This punk.
Let's get this show on. See that little doohickey? That's your destination marker, and it tells you how to get where you need to go. Clever, huh? When it's in the middle of the screen, you know you're heading towards your goal. Easy, right? All right.
There we
stop
go.
For a second and look at your map.
Aspect ratio keeps changing itself, and I don't know what that's all about.
The blue dot is your destination marker.
Like, I'm not doing
The line
anything.
that connects each dot to the map represents how high off the ground that particular thing is. Well, that makes sense, right? Everything's broken into chapters, and every chapter opens with one of these nifty little slow-mo ones. Those words zipping by under the chapter title are the items on your to-do list. So get busy. Okay, so the next thing I want you to do is jump off the building. I mean it, just jump. Hey, I wouldn't tell you to do something dangerous and life-threatening, would I? Come on. Always do what people tell you. You know, there's a word for that. Loser. So what now, wise guy? Just a little friendly advice before you die, that is. You're going to want to shoot a web line to save yourself. Push the control stick in the direction you want to go.
I have individual
Press the
fingers.
swing button. Oh, by the way, it'll only work if there's something swingable in range.
We're gonna hold this for as long as we can, because I find it amusing. I have gone all the way to the floor before, just for giggles. Comic store.
Anytime now, that pavement's not getting any softer. Hit this swing button, will ya? Great, you made it. Now let me tell you a little about swing. Every time you press the swing button, you'll shoot a new web line. Now there's all kinds of fancy stuff you can do, but let's go baby steps. Now that you're out and about, why don't you swing around for a while? You know, do your thing. I'll check up on you later. You're fine. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Like, what is that meant to be exactly? Calypso. A version of Calypso is in Spider-Man 3. Funny enough. The game, not the... He said, I no longer own that game, but I played it.
Okay, I'm back. For the next lesson, let's talk about... Hey, what's going on down there? Stop, thief! Well, that's convenient. The arcade just got held up and the robbers are driving away. What are you gonna do about it? Looks like playtime is over. Put all the stuff you've learned together and get into action. Swing after the car. Use the destination marker in your map. Looks like the robbers are escaping on foot. Go teach them about justice. You know, by beating the snot out of them.
I know, my disc is dirty.
Civics class, what do you expect? Want to see something cool? Sprint the last robber by holding the sprint button.
You know, the dogs are being dogs.
And hold attack when you get up to the thug. That move is called nice going. Get back to the arcade. You know, you should check out some of the games he's got too.
Well, Rias is home. As the dogs are going nuts.
Thanks, Spider-Man. Listen, if you ever want to play some games, come on by. It's on the house.
Cool.
Bring
Thanks.
up your zoom map for a second, would you? Great. This map is real. You can see destination markers and all kinds of other useful locations.
Really high, and
Check
then
it out when you
leaves
get
because I
lost.
gotta help with the ritual.
But you'll never get lost, I know.
Spider-Man. My God, we were
Marker
stuck in
for the
traffic.
first Spidey store
I'm
just
sorry.
here. Go buy the speed upgrade, then we'll move on. If you won't, then I'm done.
Okay, that's how we do it. That's the thing that doesn't map. Because, like, in the, you know, on the PS2 and on presumably the Xbox, you just press the select button. But because the GameCube controller didn't have a select button, you had to press something in addition to the start button. And I couldn't figure out what that button was mapped to. It's like... But I want to see what's in the arcade. Fine. Gosh. Near the pizza place, okay. So if I want to find it in the future, that's how we do that. He's not as good at wall running as the new Spider-Man is, so that's a thing. Pre-rendered cutscenes.
City's been quiet lately.
Your brother got out of the shower
My
this
luck's
morning,
finally changing.
and he had like 15 missed calls from his boss. And she said, "Hey, can you come in now instead of tonight?" Jesus Christ. He hadn't been to bed yet. I took him to work with 2 coffees.
That's not gonna be a good idea.
It's really isn't. She's gonna let it go by.
Still not great. He should have slept.
Isn't it beautiful, Rosie? This will be my gift to the world. Unlimited energy. The power of a sun harnessed for the good of all mankind.
Don't forget the good of honor. Eat something. The world will still be here in half an hour.
So it's interesting what this movie did for Doc Ock. Doc Ock is one of Spider-Man's oldest villains.
Before we go any further, I think it might be a good idea to save the progress. Well, just go to the pause menu and bring up the save load screen. Easy, right?
because he is definitely one of Spider-Man's oldest nemeses. But at the same time, he was never. It wasn't like he's a good person who got batted up when he became Doc Ock or anything. Like, he was kind of a dick.
Oh no, Dr. Connor's class. I got so caught up in what I was doing, I forgot all about it. It's gonna kill me.
So the movie really gave him sort of the Mr. Freeze treatment, like Batman the Animated Series did for Mr. Freeze. Because we know him now as the most sympathetic of Batman's villains. Arguably.
Can't believe I'm running so late. Still, I should be able to make it as long as...
Help me!
Right on cue. I was almost there, too. Sorry, Dr. Connors.
What was I saying? Yes, Mr. Freeze, most sympathetic villain. Yo, what's up?
Don't let them get the case.
Give us the case and you won't get hurt.
Punched her in the back of the head.
Spider. We're gonna need more men.
Yeah, you're gonna need one, man.
Blast! Spider! You'll pay for interference. Blast! Spider-Man's here already. Get rid of him and get that case.
I really don't have time for this.
Stay out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Case secure.
Ain't.
Looks like interference showed up.
Booyah. I am the greatest.
Hi, my name's Spider-Man.
Doing
and I'm
alright.
the rescuer today.
Getting to
Thank you so
getting to
much
play
for
Spiderman.
saving me. Briefcase, you got it back. Thank goodness.
The only weirdness is those shadows.
This so bad.
I'm sorry. I can't really talk about
I think that was a result of me upping
Always try to be
the
more careful from now on.
it. Don't worry.
ability of the computer
I can still
to
make it before class ends.
render this game, so that it looked a little bit better than it normally would. But, you know. Oh, like I said, and you missed it. You missed it. I had a revelation. I'd never seen it before, but in the opening shot of the city, and you'll be able to see it at about 4 minutes 20 seconds to 4 minutes 30 seconds of this video. There's this wide sweeping shot of the city while some narration starts, and at one point on maybe the Empire State, maybe the Chrysler, I think it's the Empire State, you can see Black Cat standing there looking out over the city.
I love that.
Never seen it before. I've never seen that before, and I've played this game 1,000 times.
Did you tell them what you got me for Christmas?
Yes, I did. I told him how yesterday I didn't answer any messages from anyone, not even to say Merry Christmas to pretty much anybody. I just completely shut myself in because it was my first Christmas off in 4 years, and I spent all day playing RimWorld while you played your Christmas gift.
Yeah. Just tell them what's happening with yours.
Oh,
No, Dr. Connors.
yeah.
Pull things together. I promise.
I hope so.
I'm gonna get myself out of this one.
I doubt it.
Love you.
Love you too. Hell yeah, no, believe me, I want to get to Spider-Man 2 for the PS5 like you wouldn't freaking believe. I've just been too broke to afford getting it. So I'm relying on all these older games that I do have in the meantime. But yes, Rias wanted me to let you all know that
This might be a good time for you to
she handled
do it. It'll show you what you still need to do.
the Druid Grove quite differently than I did. I handled the Druid Grove very, as you all remember, diplomatically. She ended up deciding Kaga needed to be killed then and there, and didn't know that that would trigger a fight with the whole Druid Grove, and so she also ended up like Damon the blacksmith ended up dying. So now her Karlach is headed for a bad end. It's sad, but go to the pizza parlor and earn 2,000 hero points. But yeah, so her gift was the PS5 port of Baldur's Gate
White dot on
3.
your map here, the white destination marker, are both pointing you to the pizza parlor. You'll need to get over there at some point with no rush.
I'm not... Do they make... Are they going to make a PC port? Did they make a PC port of the first one? Because, I mean, Sony owns the game outright, and they might not be making it for anything other than their own system.
Oh yeah. Let me tell you about these upstanding citizens with their green question marks over their heads. Now, these guys have problems, like you. Could be they saw a crime. Could be something else. Now, you don't have to talk to them, but remember, once you get involved, you should take care of the problem. Don't be running away. You know the whole great power, great responsibility thing?
You know, I love those, and I'm going to play them for the channel. What's going to happen is I'm going to play Spider-Man 2 for myself first, and then play it for the channel. Because, like, the Spider-Man 1 journey emotionally was enough that I needed to have it on my own.
Hi, my name
And
is
I feel like it's
Spider-Man,
the
and I'll be
same...
your superhero
It'll be
today.
the same with Spider-Man 2.
Thugs are holding up that armored car.
If I could just reach my utility belt.
Batman
Give
reference.
me a break.
I was hoping that that's the piece of dialogue that we'd get, actually. Was,
Be good now.
I'll never let my balloony go again.
that is a grown woman pretending to be a little boy. I can tell.
Bad idea.
Shit.
Start her up. We're out of here.
It's alright, I can catch that.
Maybe he's wrecking the car.
I didn't think I'd be standing on the car. That was pure luck.
Let's figure.
Let's go untie these officers real quick. They're
Get
security
those
guards.
guys. Don't worry about
Don't
us.
let
those guys get away.
Oh, I took care of that like you wouldn't believe. The bag of money, though, unrecoverable. Don't know where it went. Real unfortunate. Oh, shit.
Still late. I promised Terry and MJ that I would meet them this evening.
What else was I talking about? Ah, yes. The emotional journey that the PS4 Spider-Man game took me on was something that I couldn't do for the channel raw. I had a feeling it was going to be big, and I also knew that it's like with the stuff I do for the channel, I pace things out, and I knew that there was no way I was going to be able to put that game down, and I was completely correct. So this looks a lot like the building that is the lab in that game, actually. Huh. Anyway, so same for Spider-Man 2. I know that I'm going to play it myself first so that I can like play it at my pace, which is much more than I can do for the channel because I don't want to do a series of 10-hour videos. Because I'll play all day. That's the thing. I will play all day. I don't care. It is the Spider-Man game that no one shuts up about, my guy, because this is the one that set the standard for Spider-Man games moving forward. And, like, games that didn't do what this game could do were sometimes considered disappointment unless they were really good at other stuff. See, that's a fun comic right there. That's a fun... That is a fun idea.
Made it.
Because the only other time he doesn't quip, he beat Kingpin nearly to death.
MJ and I had a bet going on whether you would actually show up. Thanks, Harry. Hey, MJ. I'm almost afraid to ask, but who won the bet?
I did, of course. Okay.
She doesn't... Okay, it's funny that she doesn't look like she has a ponytail. She looks like she's keeping her hair short, and I like it. I like that a lot.
Just some late nights. Still palling around with that murdering bug? Harry, I know you think Spider-Man killed your dad. He did kill my dad. Someday I'll get him for it, too. Tell him that next time you see him.
Spider-Man can be extremely scary. That's the thing. It's like he's the happy-go-lucky hero, despite what the writers keep putting him through.
Oh, thanks.
And
It's so unexpected.
I could rant about that
Everything's
ad
happening
nauseum,
at once.
but I won't.
Billboards, the play, which you
But
have to go see,
the
by
meme
way.
for Batman is that Batman's always got prep time. The meme for Spider-Man is that he's always holding back. It's just that that's true. Spider-Man is so strong
Thanks.
that,
I
like,
promise I'll go.
he would be terrifying if he wasn't so nice
What's up at
and
us?
wasn't, like, holding back and just being a good dude.
Now. We've been providing funding and tritium for one of your heroes, Dr. Octavius.
If
You want to meet him? Do I? That would be great, Harry.
if
I'll set
Spider-Man
everything up then.
was
Come on, let's eat.
the way that J. Jonah Jameson... She looks so good with short hair. If Spider-Man was the way that J. Jonah Jameson claimed he was, he would be terrifying. He would actually be what J. Jonah Jameson says
Better
he
burn off
is.
some calories or I won't fit in my costume anymore. I can't even remember the last time I saw Harry or Mary Jane.
And that was kind of borne out in the Superior Spider-Man comics, which I, for the most part, very much liked. There was a couple little instances where I was like, ugh,
Harry's got Oscorp.
editorial mandate, especially at the very end.
I haven't seen them because
It's a whole thing. But when he first punches Scorpion's jaw off, that's when Otto Octavius in Peter Parker's body realizes, oh no, he's been very nice. He's been very nice to us over the years. He could have killed us real easy.
Hi, my name is Spider-Man and I'll be your superhero.
Hell yes, my guy. The Marvel editorial
I
sucks.
just saw someone get his car stolen at gunpoint. They went that way.
Spider-Man's internal monologue going off while this is happening.
Being robbed, please.
Don't worry, I'm on it.
It's like, listen, there's no mystery about it. Spider-Man and MJ is my OTP. I've come to appreciate Gwen Stacy a lot in the last few years. But Spider-Man and MJ is my OTP. The comics support it. Like, the comic history supports it. The current editorial's like, but we want him to be a single bachelor who hasn't learned any lessons. And I'm like, okay, how is that relatable? Like, you turn Peter into a man-child. You force the devil to separate their marriage because you rightly assumed that a divorce would age the character too much. But it's like, how come... I want to put this in perspective, right? Some of my favorite comics for Spider-Man are Spider-Girl, though I'm sad about how Peter is in those comics, missing a leg and scared kinda and depressed. Like, well, he's scared of the Spider-Manning stuff adversely affecting his daughter, which is an understandable, real father thing to feel. But I also really liked Renew Your Vows, right? And both of those have Spider-Man and MJ having a family. Here's the thing that confuses me, right?
What's up?
They said they would hurt me if I didn't call you. Forgive me.
So, like, I dodged that.
Surprise? You shouldn't have.
With those comics, right, we see that Spider-Man can be an adult, and it can be awesome, and he can have his family. Like, I love Mayday, and I love Annie. I think they're both wonderful. Our dear Spider-Girls. I love them. But another important aspect... My God, Spider-Man can't catch a break. Another important thing about those comics is...
Fighting me, you little...
the weird contrast that is...
Hope your insurance is paid up. Oh, yo, not cool. Here, ma'am.
Spidey, thank
Got your
goodness.
purse.
My purse. You're the best.
I am the best. The weird contrast is this. Spider-Man's first sort of love interest, not his first girlfriend, I want to point out. His first girlfriend was Betty Brant, who works at the Daily Bugle. His first love interest was Liz Allen, who goes to high school with him. Liz Allen is now, in the comics, they're worrying about aging Peter too much. Liz Allen is Harry Osborn's widow, and has their son Normie, who is ambiguously 8 to 10 years old. Meaning, based on the timeline and how everything worked out, Spider-Man, Peter Parker is canonically around 30 years old. And the Marvel editorial refuses to let him be an adult. They keep wanting him to be a late teen, early 20s college student bachelor. And it's like, okay, so in the interest of trying to keep him relatable somehow, you've turned him into a stunted man-child who doesn't learn anything, when Spider-Man used to be all about the progress he made as a person. And that's why I honestly, except for very few things and like mostly reading synopses, I don't read anything past One More Day. Because One More Day was made as a commitment to that status quo, and it's a status quo that I truly hate. Exactly, you can make him a teacher again. Put him in high school. It'd be great. But that's why, okay, so like I said, if you're like me and you like comics where Peter like gets to grow, read the Spider-Girl title. Read Renew Your Vows. Do that kind of stuff. Hell, I've found... I'm not here to...
Naturally, you're going to want to earn lots of them. You've got plenty of options to do it.
I'm not here to, like, promote, like, fan fiction or anything, but I've read fan fiction that's, like, you know, with the problems they have. A few people do edit their things, which is great. And it's like, I've read fan fiction that it's like, oh, hey, look, here's a Peter that's, like, an adult. Would you like to read that story?
I gotta hurry.
I thought that I was going to go deliver pizzas. Bruce Campbell is always a win. Absolutely true. I thought I had to deliver pizzas. I don't understand. I'm scared. I'm confused and scared. Whew. I will say, this game really does get the frenetic pace of being Spider-Man down. It's like, there's never not something happening. So there's always stuff to do. And that's great. You know, listening to it, it's a bop. It's pretty fucking good. You have a point, my guy. Okay, let's see what's happening here.
Sorry, I'm running a little late, MJ.
I've gotten used to it.
It was great seeing you and Harry again the other night.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember if
Anyway,
there are any Spider-Man games that are on the Switch, like
Peter, I think you should know.
virtual
I'm
stuff.
seeing someone new. A guy.
Oh. Really?
Damn, that would be great.
Really? Is that all you have to say?
Oh my gosh. I have to go.
Of course you do.
I'm really sorry, MJ. I really want to talk more. I'll call you.
Yeah. Sure.
I can't believe I ran off like that. I must be out of my mind.
Keep away from me.
Fuck off. What are you just doing in here? Ah, here we go. Okay. Here's where I get to talk about some real fun stuff, guys. Ivory and Ebola. That seemed evocative and mean. Irony, Ivory, Ebola. So, the way that this game deals... Because if you guys remember the Spider-Man 2 film, you remember that it dealt with not only Doc Ock, but it dealt with the Spider-Man No More storyline. Well, for a game, that would be very boring. And they knew it. So what they did was they inverted it for the game. And Black Cat was the vehicle with which they inverted that storyline. Because in Spider-Man 2, the game, as you're going to see, Peter's not dealing with Spider-Man no more. He's dealing with Peter Parker no more. They are so meaty. Love that one.
This may not be art, but I like it. Who?
Here she is. Honestly, possibly my favorite haircut for a Felicia Hardy ever.
You got nice moves. Fully dark and tights.
Are these yours?
Please.
Wait!
Good God, Felicia. So. You know, so what Felicia represents is Peter's chance to give up being Peter Parker and be Spider-Man full-time, which is what you'll see throughout this game. She encourages him to do. She's like, why wouldn't you do this all the time? And that's what she is in the comics, too. She's the temptation of being Spider-Man full-time, in addition to letting go of his morals a little bit and using his power for himself rather than for good.
So, skin-tight leather. Doesn't that kind of chafe?
You'll never find out, that's for sure.
God, their banter. I don't want to interrupt them too much while they're talking. I'll gush about Black Cat in a moment.
So, skin-tight leather.
God damn it.
Doesn't that kind of
The
chafe?
same.
You'll never find out, that's for sure.
We're not getting any of the lines about, hey, I can't keep up or whatever because I'm just good at chasing. Like, I've got this game, like, this game's controls down to near muscle memory. And after a decade of not playing this game and then coming back to playing it, the fact that I'm just, like, boom, we're good. You know what I'm saying? Come on, gorgeous. I just want to talk. You know that I can catch you, right? No. Look at how fast I can go. I can catch you. Can we just talk? Can we be reasonable adults? How you doing?
You always chase girls who brush you off.
Kind of, yeah.
Only naughty ones. I have standards, after all.
Standard is the word. And here I was expecting amazing.
Hey! Yep. Got away with the ladies, Spidey. Mr. Smooth.
My man. So here's the thing about Felicia, right? Felicia's had her own journey in the comics.
Who's with that girl? Who was she?
But it's her own journey that has 100% also been kind of
This
screwed.
chapter opening reminds me of something. The Spidey store gets new items every time a new chapter starts.
How you doing?
Ah, next time you have a chance, visit the store and check out what they got.
We didn't deliver a single pizza. And I kind of want to.
Pretty incredible. Too bad she's probably a crook.
My man, you can't let a little thing like that get in the way. Okay. Where was the pizza place? Back that way. Alright, behind us. I'm delivering pizzas, alright? I want to do it. So, Black Cat comics. Part of the reason that One More Day happened is because Joe Quesada likes Black Cat and Spider-Man better, which kind of defeats the purpose of them as characters. Because as Black Cat stood in the comics at the time, she wasn't good for Peter. Like, she's definitely the bad girl, but like, she's startlingly selfish is the thing. And that's the real kicker. That's the reason they haven't worked in the past, is because Felicia is very selfish at very inopportune times. However, and here's the thing, she's gotten better in the hands of the right writers. They make her, it's like, yeah, she'll do selfish things a lot, but she'll still, like, she'll make the right choice. So that makes her the thief with the heart of gold archetype, which is kind of what we want her to be. Exactly. Delivering pizza is my life. Literally. How else am I paying the rent? If Pictures for Jonah paid enough, I wouldn't have to deliver pizza. But obviously it doesn't, so I do. But in the comics, Black Cat has actually made some really great personal growth. It's just that they keep walking it back. No, pizza.
All the world is my dressing room.
All the world is my dressing room.
Hey, Parker. I have pizzas waiting to be delivered to customers.
He didn't look like Mr. Aziz at all.
Hurry and deliver these, and don't mess things up.
I won't let you down, Mr. Aziz.
He's just the generic... He just appears to be the generic black guy.
I'll start there.
Okay, we don't want to do any fancy flips and tricks.
Back at you.
Because if we do, we'll mess up this pizza.
If I flip the pizzas, Mr. Aziz will flip out.
Just a time, man.
That's it for the pizza. Now to get back and return the bag.
Should have landed that better. Exactly. No, pizza. I got rent to pay. And that guy didn't find it weird at all that Spider-Man delivered his pizza.
Went around. Now's my chance to change real quick.
Good, Parker. Everyone got their pizzas. Good job.
Just
Keep
one
it up,
pizza.
and there will always be work for you.
Thanks, Mr. Aziz.
Let's see how many points I got for that. 250, that's not bad. I wonder if people tip in points. What's the gotten mugged? Thanks, Spidey. That's pretty good. Oh my god. What were we saying? Black Cat, personal growth. So, Black Cat and Mary Jane have hung out in comics a lot lately. And there was one particular issue that was really good before all this Paul nonsense started. Yeah, I know, I mentioned Paul on stream, I'm sorry. I just hate that development. But, MJ and Black Cat had this great heart-to-heart in Mary Jane and Black Cat Beyond #1, where Felicia's like, yeah, no, like, I recognize the kind of problems I've caused and all this stuff, and like I've been jealous of you. And like, cause Peter's laid up in the hospital. He's unconscious after, I think, a supervillain battle, and someone, Black Cat comes to visit Peter in the hospital. MJ's already there, but she's being held at gunpoint by a guy who's actually after Black Cat, but he's figured out, he's like, I don't know why you hang out with these people, but you do. Like, so I knew you were going to come visit him, so he's got MJ held at gunpoint. He's threatening to shoot Peter. He's a minor supervillain himself, but he's missing his supervillain shtick, which is like a magical cape or something? A magical bag? I don't know. I don't fully remember who he was. He's just there. Oops. He's just there to set the plot in motion. So, he makes a deal with Black Cat and MJ. That they go out and they get the thing that he has, or that he needs, that the gangster Tombstone now possesses in his collection. They get that for him. He'll let Peter go, and he'll let them go on their way. MJ goes with Black Cat on this caper, where she reveals to Felicia, it's like, because Felicia's like, you know, it's like, hey, are you okay? Because like a gun was just pointed at you. And she reveals to Felicia, yeah, no, I had to make sure he pointed the gun at me because Peter's unconscious right now, but if the gun had been pointed at him, his spider sense would have still kicked in, and there would have been no way to explain to that dude why Peter's unconscious body was suddenly hanging on top of the ceiling. That's right, we can do impact on it.
This looks like yours.
So they go on this caper together, they work together really well, and they have this really nice talk at the end of the issue. They've saved Peter. Peter is unconscious again. He briefly wakes up in consciousness. Part of the caper involves MJ dressing as Black Cat, and like he sees MJ dressed as Black Cat, and he sees Black Cat also still dressed as Black Cat in the hospital room. And like he makes it very clear that he's had this dream before, and then he passes back out. That's funny on its own. Like, that's great on its own. But they have this great talk where a couple of things are revealed. They clearly come away from the talk as friends, but, and here's where I want to say where the editorial's really dropping the ball in terms of how they could change the status quo in a way that might actually, one, be a surprise, and two, be kind of liked. Fucking Black Cat straight up is kind of flirtatious with MJ. Like,
need a hand?
Yeah, it was a great panel.
Surrender immediately.
Like, Felicia's talking about, like, having been very attentive of MJ's ass in Felicia's comics, in Felicia's costume. So, like, that's a thing. But that leads me to what the editorial could be doing instead of just keeping MJ and Peter perpetually unmarried. The whole reason Paul exists is because Peter and MJ were clearly about to get married again, and the editorial stopped it.
Thanks, Spidey.
Gave the book to Zeb Wells and did all this other stuff. But what they could do is acknowledge that these characters are kind of poly-coded. And I'm not saying that just because I'm poly. They're poly-coded. I mean, to be fair, they were invented in, like, the 60s, right? Like, Peter at least was. Peter and a lot of the supporting cast were. The 60s was the era of free love, for God's sake. And the thing is, back then, dating was very different. Peter was, like, dating one girl and trying to date another girl at the same time, and that's not considered cheating. That was considered the norm. Like, Liz was going steady with Flash Allen, but, like, Peter was still able to ask her out, and it's not And the problem was that Peter was asking her out. It wasn't that someone was, necessarily. Like, he did it out in the open, so it wasn't like it was like some sneaky thing, right? I say let them be poly. You want to change up the status quo of Spider-Man and his romantic exploits. Make Peter, MJ, and Felicia a throuple. Like, let them be a throuple and see how that plays out. I guarantee that'll sell books. That'll make people happy, and that would be a bold decision. Because MJ and Felicia are both, I think, pretty established as canonically bi. Like, they gloss over it from time to time, but they show it sometimes pretty... Like, various versions of MJ are openly bi. Felicia's definitely bi, like if you read the Spider-Girl comics.
Have an assignment for me.
Well, if he's in a pretty good mood today, maybe you'll get lucky.
Like, in Spider-Girl, it's revealed that Felicia was married to Flash Thompson for a little bit, and then left him for a woman.
Media-grabbing glory seeker Spider-Man. This Quentin Beck's a special effects guy from Hollywood. Says he's got Spider-Man all figured out.
Got him all figured out.
Media-grabbing glory seeker to me.
Oh, Parker. I don't pay you for your opinion, Parker. I pay you for photos.
Well,
Photos of Spider-Man.
You don't have any pictures, do you? You're fired. Come back when you get me shots of that red and blue wacko.
I'm an independent contractor, sir. You can't fire me.
I think that's the third time JJ's fired me this week.
Peter, everything going okay?
Hey, Robbie.
Jonah beating you up again? Don't mind it. Listen, I have a job you can do for me. We need a picture for a story. I want a high shot of the whole city. Here, if you have a map handy, I'll mark where I'd like you to take the picture.
I think you're right there, Ethereal. I think you're right. Peter is... Okay, so Peter Parker is canonically autistic, which is great. That was wonderful to learn that my favorite superhero and I have about the same level of autism. The difference being that he's a genius and that his autism serves him in helping him stay focused on his genius shit. And I'm like, okay, I'm decently smart, but I'm very much I'm a hobbyist. He's a actual professional level genius in many fields. Still, good representation. But yeah, no, he's just low-key autistic enough that I don't think he'd recognize that Peter and that like MJ and Felicia had decided that they were both going to date him, and just be like, hey, we're going to date you, we're going to date each other. It was very clear to both of us that you didn't have the capacity to make this decision, even though it's obviously the decision we are all cool with. Like, you just aren't smart enough to... You aren't aware enough of your surroundings to get this happening. Scott Pilgrim is so stupid. He's a very dumb man. Like I said, at least Peter's actually a genius. And he's not completely inept. It's just, from time to time...
trouble without someone trying to convince thugs that I don't have powers.
I'm gonna save, because I realize we haven't saved in a while, and sometimes that makes me a little nervous. Yeah, there's no autosave back then. Every save had to be manual. What was I saying? Yes. And that's the thing, I think that the two of them could definitely come to that agreement, and we know Peter would be fine with what's happening. It's just, I think he would be surprised to learn that they're both fine with it. And why wouldn't they be? They actually do get along now. They both are into women. And, like, you know, frankly, aside from a few other Marvel... aside from a few other characters, I don't think that there are more attractive ladies in Marvel than the two of them. Although I will say... I am ridiculously attracted to She-Hulk, so... But I'm not alone in that. Like, there's a reason Karlach is so popular. She taps into that same thing, the beautiful bodybuilder. Right? Oh god, we're gonna find out it was some horrible person who came up with autosave. Now that we've said that. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna dive. Ooh! Gold thing. I was willing to go all the way to the ground, but I saw a collectible. So... Here we go! Woo-ha! Oh! You know how we know Spider-Man is both strong and resilient? He can do that without throwing out his shoulder. Because, it's funny. If you guys don't know about my fandom of Dimension 20, I'm a huge fan of Brennan Lee Mulligan, and I love the way he talks and thinks. In a Game Changer episode on, on Dropout, it's like if you, a question was posed, if you punch yourself and it hurts, are you weak or strong? And his answer was strong, because strength doesn't mean resiliency.
I knew I could count on
That's where you get the glass cannon in, like, tabletop gaming, or in gaming in general.
Work from him, you come talk to me. You never know what I might have for you.
Thanks, Robbie. I will.
She-Hulk could do a lot of things to me on that rooftop. Know what I'm saying? Can you imagine? Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, I can imagine that Peter, like, getting into the Shibari thing and, like, getting really good at it, accidentally does it by muscle memory. I can totally see that happening. That would be a great panel. I would love that, actually. I think I would like that. But yeah, I'm glad I have an audience that totally just gets where I'm coming from. You guys are great. Wait, was I supposed to do more? I guess I was. Okay. Amazing that they let me leave, despite having more to do in this office. But I guess it's because I can come back anytime. Yeah, some criminal discovers in that moment that he, like, likes being domed.
Hi, Pete. How are you doing today?
Hi, Betty. I'm okay. Is Mr. Jameson around?
Sure. Go on in.
That would be something.
Robbie said...
What is this garbage? Why are you bringing me shots of the city and not shots of Spider-Man? This is the sorriest excuse for... Oh, wait a second. Robbie, these days...
This is not J.K. Simmons, obviously. This is someone doing a J.K. Simmons impression. J.K. Simmons was too busy. Busy being rad. But yeah, no.
Explosion. Better check it out.
Personally, I'm a firm believer in polyamory as the solution to love triangles.
Get that equipment back to base, understood? Spider-Man, huh? Finally. I've been dying to see what you can do.
That would be great. I would love that.
Just try to break through my armor. I'm gonna break your bones and make you cry for your mama.
I know. I'm gonna take a wild guess that you're strong but dumb.
Whoa,
And he's Joe
you want to
DiMaggio.
get hit by him. Luckily, you've got spiders.
Or John
Flash
DiMaggio.
on your head. No, on the screen, not on your vision. That's a warning that you're about to be attacked. When you see it, press the grab button to dodge out of the way. In addition to the obvious advantage of not getting pummeled, the dodge can also set up attacks and turn the tide of the fight.
I'm gonna have to take away your credit card.
Oh, this is a nice guy.
Look out!
I don't... Scared? You should be!
Is that the current state of Rhino in the comics? Settling down with a nice diner employee? Because that does seem nice.
Starting to see why rhinos are endangered.
Rhinos aren't dumb, they just are basically blind.
Spider reflex. Nice. In this mode, you're faster than the bad guys. You'll see attacks coming from a mile away. You can even do different, more damaging moves.
The boss is gonna kill me.
I want that to be the status quo. There's some villains who it's just like, let him be happy. Don't let them be villains forever. They don't have to be.
I think the police should be able to handle you at this point. Have fun.
Jeez, you're pretty tough for such a scrawny little guy.
I think that Marvel would have benefited more in the comics from, and I get it, it's their approach. I think they would have benefited from taking the DC approach of like resetting the universe every like 30 years. 20 to 30 years. Because that way they can tell new stories and we still have a complete story start to finish to like fall back on. Just as a random thought. I understand the continuous story, but otherwise I say let your characters age, you know? That way you can have new characters, you can do legacy stuff. One of the best DC books I ever read, or at least the one I had the best time reading, was Superman Batman Generations, which was sort of the Spider-Man life story of DC.
Someone's about to fall. Please, save me.
Okay.
Uh-oh. I better hurry. Easy. You're gonna be okay. You rescued me.
I did.
So much. Oh. Don't worry about it.
So we just jumped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stories. We can jump 5 stories straight up. That's pretty fucking incredible. The average person can jump maybe 2 feet. Here we go! Yahoo!
What do we say?
I'll be honest, I don't mind the Balloon Kid. He actually doesn't bug me. I know the Balloon Kid bothers a lot of people, but the Balloon Kid actually never bothered me all that much. It felt like a thing to do, right? That was very Spider-Man. It's the spirit of Spider-Man, in my opinion. It's like, oh man, I got this bank robbery. Oh, this kid lost his balloon. I can do both. Yeah, sometimes it happens at an inopportune time. But I will say that I think that's what makes this game so memorable and so widely acclaimed as, like, the Spider-Man game.
Over here.
Is it really captures what it's like to be Spider-Man, to be on the go and to have all these things happen all the time and just you never get a break. That's very Spider-Man. To me. Slingshot jump, web zip, grapple. Definitely this. Can we afford all of this? We can. That's what happens when you just collect points. God, we're coming out of here a brand new Spider-Man. What a time to freeze. What a time to flash frame on us, guys. Mid-step at a doofy fucking. Okay.
Problem?
What's up, my guy?
came through here way too fast. I know the police can handle it, but I'll never forgive myself if someone gets hurt during the chase. I better stop those from. How can he be so strong?
How could he be so strong? It's my radioactive blood. Yo, man, I heard he's got radioactive blood. That's something that I regret.
Hey, good night, Tracy.
In the in playing through Spider-Man the movie for you guys, I didn't get all the little silly extra dialogue that happens if you
Now we turn it up a notch. Bam!
fuck that guy. That happens if you swing very close to the ground. And I regret that. That guy's okay. Because some of that shit was funny, and it's burned into my head. Stop the thieves.
Oh, trouble.
Hi, guys.
Free, I'll teach you.
Excuse me.
Yo, what is this stuff?
Webbing.
Oh, yo, not cool.
Okay, good. I was hoping I wouldn't actually throw them into an alley. You know, the physics-based swinging and kind of this physics-based combat in this game is pretty great.
Hi, my name is Spider-Man, and I'll be your superhero today. An armored car down the street is being robbed.
An armored car, again.
You won't get away with this.
Wanna bet?
Leave it to me.
Not gonna lie, I'm attracted to them too. I definitely... It's not that I have a type, but I will use the phrase, I have a type. I'm attracted to many... I'm attracted to many kinds of women. Most of them, in fact. But there is something about women who can definitely hurt me. That I am unfortunately attracted to.
Got it. You guys are in trouble now.
I'm being robbed! Please help!
I am trying.
My bird! No!
Get him, Spidey.
Don't let those
We'll
guys
be
get
okay.
away.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. I can save the purse too.
What am I going to do?
Just trying to get this health that I don't need.
Webhead! Look good! Come back!
Yep. And that's why I understand the attraction to Black Cat. I do. I just don't understand why you want to pretend that Spider-Man is any kind of mature and would choose Black Cat as she is often depicted. And that's the problem I also have with the writing.
No charge for delivery.
Oh, thank you, Spider-Man.
Is that Black Cat has gone through periods of personal growth, but because of the man-children in the editorial, that can always be freaking completely undone.
What you need?
Spidey! Someone's car is being stolen!
Help me! Someone help me!
Okay, no time to lose.
Whew. It's busy day for Spider-Man. Very busy. Yahoo!
Bugging you? Not touching you.
And now, we're going to emulate our good friend the Punisher. Get him out of the street. He'll be fine. Yes, there are. There is. In one of the Spider-Verse events, or in the Spider-Verse event, there is a Felicia Hardy that has spider powers. So she's like Spider-Woman. She might have named herself Black Widow for all I know. But because she wears a costume that's sort of both the Black Cat outfit and a Spider-Man outfit. But yes, there is a Felicia Hardy with spider powers. Yes, the very convenient bug. There's only one thing I don't like about how they've used that bug in the past, and that was Silk. But I think I've talked about Silk before. And my distaste for that. But even the author, who I otherwise quite respect, has apologized for how that happened. So, that was good.
Spider-Man! Thank goodness you're here. That man needs to go to the hospital.
You could have said that faster.
Oh, it hurts. It'll be all right. I'm on the job.
Yeah, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. There was a what if where Punisher got the Venom symbiote. That was pretty cool. Like he was in the church instead of Eddie Brock when Peter got rid of the symbiote. So he wound up with it, and it was pretty intense. He and the symbiote got along pretty well. Okay, so here's the thing about Silk. Here's the thing about Silk. The whole idea is that she was also bitten by the same spider that bit Peter. Like, she was also there that day, and Ezekiel, the spider guy who introduced a weird mystic element to Spider-Man, found her, and basically they took her to a special facility because something Moreland, something spider totem, and they were keeping her away and safe and trying to train her as a spider person to keep the inheritors from coming. It was a whole weird ass thing. The point is, Peter found her after killing Moreland, or being instrumental in his death, either way. And her name is Cindy Moon, and this was post One More Day also. It's another problem with all that. Like, since One More Day, Peter went from having 4 love interests to having like 8. Like, they went hyper crazy making up new love interests for him, like Carly and Silk. And the thing about Silk is I think this is the same building or very similar to the one in Marvel's Spider-Man. So because they were both bitten by the same spider, they've got some kind of weird pheromone link or something that makes them irresistibly attracted to each other. It's very dumb, and the creator of Cindy Moon, the creator of Silk, has since apologized for that. He said it was very fetishy, it was wrong. So it's
Harry, Otto, Rose. Let me introduce
the whole thing.
Peter Parker.
It's a huge.
It's kind of weird and gross.
My friend Dr. Connors told me about a brilliant student of his named Parker, who can't seem to stay awake in class.
I'm sure Kurt has beaten him up enough already, Otto.
You're right.
And that's not to say I don't like the character of Silk. She's neat as her own, like, Spider-Woman.
She is my assistant and
but her intro is bad.
Come and take a look at my map.
And that aspect is bad.
There it is. Sustained fusion has never been possible before. Why?
Well, once the reaction reaches a certain point, it becomes impossible to contain and control it.
Exactly. Until now. Using tritium in the core.
Provided exclusively by Oscorp.
Yes, of course. As I was saying, tritium in the core lends the reaction more stability. And these arms are the key.
What would you like to say?
Amazing. How do they work?
Well, you see,
Peter, we don't want to keep Otto from his work.
Right? Yeah, like we're starting to get nuclear fusion down.
I would love to. Thanks.
See you then.
There is a universe where May got bit by the spider instead. That's a thing. I think Ben always dies. I don't know that there's a universe where Ben is alive. Like, they talk about the canon event thing in Multiverse, and that's not necessarily a thing. It's just, it seems to be a pattern. Most Gwen Stacy's are dead, most Bens are dead.
I'm so sorry.
I've been waiting for this one.
Oh no. Please don't throw me in the fryer, Pat. Good, Uncle. But you lose points for stupidity. Which of you geniuses came up with this plan? What is so much for you. I'll take you out. Was this trap for me or you? Next time you ambush someone, check if the superhero first. Yo, man, give me your money. Look out! Here comes Spider-Man!
Holy shit.
This is the part where you fall down. Ooh. Come on, Spider! I'll squash you! Coming at ya!
I didn't know he became Spider-Man.
Find a safer line of work.
Because there's two different Spider-Man.
Thank you, Spider-Man. You got it. I'm saved.
Spider, wait up!
Because it's another Spider-Man that is Peter that fell into a vat of radioactive spiders.
Yo.
And became a mass of living spiders with his consciousness.
Armored car down the street is being robbed.
Like, he was eaten by the spiders, but now the spiders have absorbed his consciousness and I guess his soul.
You're going to win?
It sure looks that way, don't it? Don't worry, I'll stop him.
Pretty stupid, but hilarious. They were like, come up with the goofiest shit you can, and someone was like,
Yo, check it! Spider-Man! Oh,
All right, Spidey's here.
Better not get pizza delivered this way.
What hard times that the Spider's man must,
Shame on you. This is a traffic hazard. Couldn't even wait for it to get to the bank, huh?
Goodbye.
Try not to run into my fist with your face.
Oh, I thought for sure there was going to be the car chase like there has been for the past several. I don't know why there was a vat of spiders, my man. I just know that there was. Right? It does seem like a strange thing to store in a vat. But it was a vat of radioactive spiders. He fell into it, he was eaten by them, and he became a mass of living spiders that is shaped like a man. It's insanely dumb. But I think that was the assignment. It was come up with something hysterical. And so someone was like, bet. And then created Spider's Man. Alright, alright.
Hey.
What's up, Blondie?
Spider-Man! Some thugs are shooting at the police!
Drop your weapons.
You ain't taking us! Uh-oh. Better stop. Look out! Here comes Spider-Man!
How come you don't appear when I'm swinging around and you only appear when I'm doing other things?
Give that back! Help!
Is that all you've got?
Please, don't take my purse.
Listen,
This was a bad idea.
if you're gonna mug someone, don't take their purse, okay? Just take their cash.
Good job, Spidey.
They need the purse. They're probably not in a better situation than you anyway.
Hey, Spidey. Up there.
Hey kid, how you making out? Listen, I got a new job for you to do, okay? There's these things called photo op tokens that I want you to find. I marked them on your map just to spell it out real plain for you.
Yo, Spider-Man just showed!
That's what you get for taking that lady's purse.
Spider-Man.
Voila.
I hope you really hurt that thief.
Oh, I did.
Spidey, wake up!
I did awful things to him.
Need help?
Spidey, look! That person's gonna fall!
I'm slipping! Okay. Hang on!
I mean, you don't really need a broke Spider-Man AU. That's just his like constant state. Oh, I failed that guy. Oh Jesus, that man is dead. I feel awful. We're gonna run away from the scene of this crime.
No.
I just couldn't get there. I couldn't do it. Angles. I think what would be more different than that is a Peter Parker who is like a stand-up comedian in his day job. Like that's his job. He's a stand-up comedian. He's also Spider-Man. Or better yet, Spider-Man is a stand-up comedian who is a superhero. And Peter Parker is his quote-unquote publicist. I don't think I've ever done any of these. I'm gonna wait.
Spider-Man! Hey!
What's up?
Hi, my name is Spider-Man, and I'll be your superhero today.
John Mulaney was Spider-Ham. I'm talking Spider-Man. Okay? Two different people.
I'd better put a stop to that getaway car before someone gets hurt.
Spider-Ham is a mild-mannered spider who is bitten by a radioactive pig. Like, two different dudes. Well, sorry, Balloon Kid. This chase. Oh no! Oh no! I hope that kid will understand. We just witnessed the birth of a supervillain. So I was fighting Shocker again, and I just can't help but think, you're a man in an insulated suit and you use a sound-based weapon.
About a career.
But why? Oh, you can also hang from helicopters in this game. That's the thing. Why do Shocker dress the way he do? It crazy. You know what's funny? I think in all of my classic Spider-Man reading, I haven't yet gotten to Shocker's first appearance. And also, it occurs to me, it's like, Shocker should be like, when Venom's doing the hero shtick, Shocker should be Venom's greatest enemy, besides Carnage. Like, he's the one who's actually, like...
Out of my way, you moron! You get your license from a cereal box?
He's the one who's, like, actually doing Venom's weakness.
You're stopping one way or another.
You destroyed my car!
Sorry, my sympathy meter is totally out.
Good for driving angry. Totally just ditched that lady. I got things to do. You know what was fun was in The Batman, the one with Robert Pattinson. He points out that it's impossible for him to be everywhere at once, and he knows it. So the best he can do is hope that he instills enough fear when he does show up, that every villain that sees the bat signal thinks he might be around the corner. And I like that. I like that aspect. That was a good movie. Well, no, it's not just bells. It's certain powerful sonic frequencies and fire. Those are Venom's weaknesses. The bells were loud enough to hurt him. And it's like, bells at that range would hurt a normal person. It's like, yes, but a normal person isn't immune to bullets. So, like... Let's be honest about how powerful Venom is.
Uh-oh. Guess I'd better check out that alarm.
And also it's like, oh, but fire would hurt anybody.
Silhouette anywhere. I'd better catch her.
How you doing, baby? Hey, I know that it's the early 2000s and we don't know about polyamory yet, but do you think maybe? Because there's this redhead who is my soulmate, but you, for fuck's sake. Where did you go? Are you running along the ground? No wonder I couldn't find you. Cat, wait up. Wait up. I got stuff to talk to you about. Did you miss? Do you think she missed her jump? And that's what's happening right now?
Chasing me again? I'm flattered.
I wouldn't keep chasing you if you didn't keep breaking into places.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, she missed her jump. I don't think that she was supposed to be along the floor like that. That was really funny. Alright, where the fuck is she? Okay, she's glitching. This is hysterical. I've never had this glitch. I've had crazy glitches before. There we go. Now she's getting it. Hey baby, how you doing? Wait, where'd she go? It's like, I personally keep losing her. Maybe it's a strategy to run along the ground instead of, Nice. I mean, there were a couple of Batman-Spider-Man crossovers, and interestingly enough, the history of those comics is something I actually know pretty well. Those exist on their own Earth. Earth's like 7258 or something. But, interestingly enough, when DC and Marvel crossed over in the early 90s, or the mid-90s, Joker remembered his past dealings with Spider-Man. But Spider-Man didn't remember them.
Great. Just a little farther.
You do know I'm chasing you, right?
But that was for two reasons. One, it was a different Earth because this was 616 colliding with DC. And two, it wasn't Peter Parker. Ben Reilly was Spider-Man at the time.
Not bad. I actually had to push myself this time.
Hand over those jewels you took.
Oh no.
Jewels?
She's
I saw
glitching
you
like
leaving the
crazy.
Jewelry store. You know, the one with the alarm blasting.
I don't have any jewels.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Wait, what's your name?
Me? I'm Black Cat. And I just crossed your path.
What the fuck?
Now, if you'll excuse me.
And the thing is, I can guarantee that this doesn't happen every time. Because I played this on my own, like I told you guys. And that did not happen. You'll have to look up... You'll have to look stuff up to get the...
Okay. Maybe a little bit of an attitude, though.
Yeah, you're gonna wanna... perhaps look that up elsewhere on YouTube to find how that's supposed to go. Because otherwise we lose almost an hour of progress.
I wonder if there's a Mr. Black. So am I.
No, Spidey, I don't blame you for thinking it. Wondering if there's a Mr. Black Cat is good. Oh, I can't believe that fucking happened. Here's what I might do. This is our turf now. I might, I'll save the game in another slot. I'll go back, I'll earn my way back to that point, and I'll just record it instead of streaming it, and then I'll add it to the channel later, and then we can see how that cutscene's supposed to play out. Because that was insane.
Lucky for you, I pull my punches.
I think that's the way to go. I want you guys to be able to see it, but God, I can't believe that happened. It's a stuff store. It sells stuff. Never seen that happen before.
I wonder what's on TV right now.
Yo.
Spidey, that man got hurt. Can you get him to the hospital?
I wonder if it's the man I let fall.
It'll be alright. I'm on the job. Easy does it. It'll be alright.
Nearest hospital so damn far away.
Spidey. Thanks, Spidey. We gotta get this patient to OR, stat.
To OR. Yeah, I can't believe that happened. Oh, God. Alright. Well, this has been a very fun romp. If you guys want, I can do another episode today. But I'm getting a little hungry, getting a little thirsty, so I'm gonna go eat stuff. All I had for breakfast was cereal. I'm a fool. But yeah. Yeah, we'll go ahead and save in this second file. I will go back, I will get a better recording of how that black cat thing is supposed to do. And then I'll be back later. Alright. Catch y'all then.